locked.
Okay.
I mean, I remember when I couldn't get a comb through my hair, so I wasn't understanding what was going on with that.
Okay. Well, I got one answer to that. You see Europeans with straight hair.
Yeah.
Straight hair, you have locks.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
So while it is true that your hair does change as you mature, it is true that the hair goes through changes. In some instances, it becomes more kinky because sometimes when the hair begins to gray, it becomes more resistant. And some people, the hair tends to become even more soft. So anyway, as long as the hair has a curl pattern of any kind, whether it's wavy, crinkly like a little zigzag, or even a curl, their hair has the ability to lock. In fact, if left alone, it wants to. If you don't comb your hair, if you leave the hair alone, it naturally wants to lock. But we comb our hair, we shampoo, we condition it, we detangle and all that stuff, you know. But left alone, your hair has a natural inclination to entwine with itself and to lock.
It will lock.
It absolutely
And you,
will lock.
you do that with men.
If you don't believe me,
I'm gonna tell my father about you.
There you go. Okay, and the last question, and then I'm gonna let the next brother come on, is diet and stress. On how does it affect the hair? We already spoke about it. We already talked about it. Stress is like one of the number one factors in the detriment of hair and skin and of the body in general. When we have issues and you know things in life that we go through, or we are just overtaxed with day-to-day things, and when relationships aren't in place and what have you, it shows up in the hair. It doesn't matter whether your hair is relaxed or we're chemically treated or natural. Stress plays an important role on how the body functions. When things are not flowing, then you tighten up and become restricted in so many ways. Your body is not even absorbing nutrients like it should, and therefore the rest of you can't be fed. You begin to break down, and that's where dis-ease comes in, because you know mentally we're in disarray. You know, we can't focus, things are not in order. And so when things are not in order, you know, there's a breakdown, and it manifests itself outwardly most of the time with hair and skin and weight. Those are key ways to look at yourself, or to listen to what other people are saying when they're looking at you sometimes, because family will tell you that something is going on, and maybe you need to look at it and make some changes and what's taking place and what's going on in your life. Even like with my hair, for instance, I can tell because, okay, you know, like say you've had hair that you've been locked in for 5 years. Well, 3 years ago, you know, I didn't have a job, or I didn't have, you know, a place to live, or I just didn't know where my next meal was going to come from. And I went through a whole lot of drama and stress. This is not a true story, but let's say it did happen. Okay, but I went through a whole lot of drama and stress. Something was going on in my life. I was being impacted by things in my world. And things got back on track. Okay, I have locked hair. My hair is 6 years old, let's say. Well, somewhere right in the middle, you're going to see some weak areas. And you're going to swear you've been taking care of your hair. But the thing about locked hair, it reveals so much, is because this locked hair doesn't fall away. See, when we have short hair or relaxed hair, or let's say comb through hair in general, that hair has the opportunity to shed and fall away, because the hair is shedding and falling away all the time, every day, right now. Right now, your hair is shedding. But with locked hair, that shedded hair stays intact. It stays entwined with that previously tangled hair. So you can't quite tell with locked hair, because maybe it just doesn't come out the scalp. And maybe it does. Because a lot of times you'll start to see a little circle of shiny bald scalp. Because something happened, something went on, you've been traumatized, and hair's coming out. So here we have on your locked hair where it kind of tells a story. Halfway down that strand, you start to see weak hair. you know, and if the hair isn't live and it is combed through hair, then you can still see breakage. You still see a little short area. The scalp is such a susceptible place because so many nerve endings end right here at the scalp. So it's such a susceptible place. But when you have those issues, first you got to change what's causing it, number one. But hopefully you have enough information to now want to also, you know, include your diet in that change. And when the diet changes, then you got your medicine, and it's all coming together, and it's all working for you. And, you know, we've been talking about it the whole time. So I'm going to close with that statement if it did answer your question. Okay. And I want to give thanks to you all for allowing me this time.